What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Tim here with Undead Baits, and today we will be tackling the second lure for my favorite YouTuber, Fishing with Smalls. I posted the other one a while ago. I got kind of busy with some other stuff I was working on, some other baits that people had ordered, so finally able to sit down and focus on this next one. If you guys remember from the last one, I talked about it being more of a crawfish pattern, which I have a pretty good idea of what I'm doing this time. There's a lot of videos I do where I kind of just wing it and see what happens. This one I actually planned out. You can kind of see over there on the bottom left what I have planned. So, first thing we're going to do, we're going to take pearlized orange and we're going to paint the belly. I don't know if I'm going to go all the way down or not, but we'll kind of see when we get there. Next, we have Wicked Crimson, which I'm going to paint the entire top of the bait that color. I then have a detail black magenta, which we're going to do just the back with, and that's also how we're going to do the craw pattern, which to do the craw pattern, I've never been one to really spend a lot of money on stencils and other things like that. You can make a killer craw pattern with just a piece of paper that you ripped. And if you can see the edge, it's not perfect. I also don't want it to be perfect. So this is what we're going to use to do kind of the shell pattern for the craw. And then to cap it all off, I have my favorite little ribbon pattern. We're going to wrap it, and then we are just going to ever so slightly dust it with some silver. So I'm excited to get this bait done. Let's get to it. So we have our red and our orange. If you guys kind of noticed, I blended the orange a little bit higher than you would really think. But what that allows me to do is over blend on the red. And then if this damn thing would just focus, there's a seamless transition from kind of in your face orange to in your face red, which is kind of exactly what I wanted. And again, it's easy to do that with colors, you know, that are similar from the color wheel thing. All right, next step. Whenever I do craw patterns, I will do the craw shell outlines first before I paint the back of it. And what that lets me do really is line up these craw shells like I want to, and then it lets me cut in all the way up so I can line them up properly on the back. So that way I don't have one shell way back here, and on this side the shell seam is kind of all the way forward on the bait. So I got the gun cleaned out. I'll probably zoom in a little bit just so you guys can really see what I'm doing. But again, it's not super difficult. I'm gonna turn the air pressure on the gun super low so that way I minimize overspray, and we're gonna knock this thing out. So let's do it. Cool. So the black detail magenta is done. You can kind of see the Craw shells there. Considering it's just a ripped up piece of paper, I think it looks great. And it's not focusing, but I also went ahead and speckled towards the bottom of each of the shell plates, just to give it a little bit more depth. There it is. So that color's all done. Next step, we're going to wrap the lure in my mesh and then just ever so gently kind of blast a little bit of pearlized silver. So let's get into it. All right, silver makes it pop just a little bit. Didn't exactly get the design slash pattern that I thought I would, but nonetheless, I think it looks great. And I hit it just enough so that way a little bit of the silver, you can tell it's actually silver when you look at the magenta. But other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get this lure finished up. Just like the last couple of videos I've been doing, I'll throw up some pictures right now. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a little bit about lure painting. I hope you learned a little bit about me, in a good way, I guess. If Fishing with Smalls happens to see this, or he happens to get my lures, I just want to say thank you, man. You've been a huge inspiration to this channel, and I appreciate your commitment and your love for what you do in your family and for God, and you know, that just helps me do what I do every day. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like. Go ahead and comment your favorite YouTubers, whether they're fishing or not, doesn't matter. Go ahead, throw them in the comments. I want to see who you guys like to watch. And as always, make today the best day that you can.